Hey everyone, Melissa here, and I just wanted to come in this afternoon and just share a little message with you. It's been a year now since I've left my marriage and also living on my own. And I know a lot of you out there have been experiencing some of the same types of um, unfortunate things in your own life, whether it be relationships, your marriage, losing a family member or a parent. Maybe things aren't going the way that you had hoped financially or in your career or your business. It's all about those opportunities that show up, but we sometimes hide out in fear because we can't see what the next step is or even how to take inspired action to get there. And all I can say is I know it takes that hope and that faith that allows you to start seeing the breadcrumbs. When you get fully committed inside of the thoughts about what you want to do, what you want for your life, because you know what you don't want, and it's really about knowing what you do want. And I think, as we are around other people, whether it be family or coworkers or relatives or just friends, we start using their dialogue, their concerns, their beliefs of how things are supposed to look for them. And when you can really separate that and start recognizing that we're all here for a very short amount of time, and we do come into this lifetime with family, and we create friends, and we find the careers, and we find the relationships and the love, and have all those experiences. But at the end of the day, it's you versus you. It's you alone. And what makes you happy? What brings you joy? What lights you up? How does your heart feel at the end of the day or throughout the day? Are you laughing? Are you smiling? Are you feeling really good about yourself? Or are you constantly seeing the things that aren't bringing you joy, that are energy suckers, that are, if only if this would change, if only I had this, if only I could do that? Those are the conversations that I know many of you have, as I have had over my lifetime as well, in many different situations. It doesn't all have to be doom and gloom. It can be when I decided to become a high school teacher at the age of 30. I made a decision, I made a conscious decision for me, but it was also going to benefit those around me as well as those in my family. And so moving and navigating your life like that, we do it really well, and we can do it really well. When I was in my 40s, that's when we started owning and operating the golf courses, and I left that teaching career. There was a lot of conversation going on in my head and a lot of conversation outside from other people thinking what I should be doing and how I could do things and what that might look like. And, some were in support of it, some were not in support of it. And the same thing is I'm moving into this next version of myself, making those hard decisions, which seemed hard at the time, but a whole year has gone by since I made that one big decision that I was choosing to leave my marriage and to become independent, living in a different city, and just beginning to rebuild my life based on what it is that I truly desire. And so when you do these kind of things, I just want you to know, find the support. I have a support system around me right now that is dynamic. Like the friends and the coworkers and the others that I have aligned myself with see it, they understand, they're supportive, they've been there, they've done that, they've lost family members, they've left marriages, they have kids that don't have anything to do with them anymore. They are trying to live their best life and produce, the income they want to have that lifestyle. And it really is all about that. And so when you think about how you can start living your life on purpose and living your life unapologetically, that's when it takes you into this opportunity to say, what do I want? I really need to be clear on this, because what's going to happen is one day is going to turn into one year. And when you look at it in increments of time, it goes really fast. We know that. The older we get, the faster it gets. And by not making a decision or taking inspired action or doing that one thing to move toward what it is you truly desire, you're going to stay stuck and stalled. And I used to talk about this a lot in some of my workshops that I did, the stuck and stalled concept, and it became very clear to me how being stuck and stalled, now that I'm beyond that a year later, was not in support of who I wanted to be. I mean, on the outside it looked great, and I wasn't unhappy to the extent that I was miserable. I just wasn't living in the life capacity that I wanted to. I wasn't living where I felt I could shine, where I could give the most value. And so I offer that for you today, is just to really pause and think about, we all have a light within us. We all have this aura around us, and is your light shining? Is it really like, are you able to get up every day and be thankful that I'm still here? I have work to do. I love doing this. I enjoy doing that. I'm excited for this. Now, I get it. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time, but for the majority of the time, 80% of the time, that should be what you feel inside of you, that you feel really good inside, that you want to take on the day, that you want to do all the things, whether it's travel or go to concerts or go out to dinner or have coffee meets, whatever those are. It's just trying to figure out what lights me up, what brings me joy. And what is interesting is as you start on this path, it gets wobbly and you fall down and you start thinking like, oh, I should turn around and go back. I've done that as well. I believe that to be true sometimes. Like, what am I doing? I can't see beyond my current circumstances and situation. And that's when I knew I needed to really release the resistance of knowing that I'm going forward, never back. I want to go forward in my life. I want to take day to day in inspired action of leading me to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And, growing a business, being an entrepreneur, living on your own, it does take required action. It does take constant focus. It does take being out and seen and heard and get your branding out there and send those emails and do the social media things. But it also allowed me to see that what I'm doing to do all of that is, what am I creating? Where am I trying to get to? What am I trying to have? And when I started focusing more on that, it didn't become as heavy over here. So when I looked at it like vacations and time off and spending time with friends and family and doing things that, are fun and exciting, I knew that that was the purpose of this work that I'm doing here. But magically, it's one of those things that I get to help others on their journey as well, because we get in our own head, we get stuck, we don't have the outside support. So it's just really finding where can you start aligning. I've done a lot of vision board classes again this year. I started those last year, and that's where a lot of people can start tapping into seeing, this is what my life is and this is what I want my life to be. So if I'm on island A and I want to get to island B, how do I bridge that? What kind of boat do I take to get over there on island B? And it's really you getting clear on what that might look like. Now it can change and it can be interrupted and you can fall off the rails, but just remember, each day is that fresh start, that new start. And always start in gratitude. Always be thankful, regardless if stuff is blowing up around you, regardless if it feels like the sky is falling. Be sure to say, I'm still here. I still have work to do. I still have a life to live, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. And all the other stuff, the chaos, the shit that's blowing up around you, all of that will settle down, will simmer. And then when you start getting in alignment with who you are and who you came here to be and how you want to play this game of life, those players in your game, they're either going to rise up to meet you or fall away. And that can be really hard, especially if it's close friends, family members, whoever that is that's been a part of your life for so long. Just keep that in mind, that there are times when things are interrupted. There are times when things shift that we didn't expect. And it's you taking care of you making sure that in your heart space and in your stomach that you feel good about what you're doing, and continue to believe and trust in that process. Had I not done that, I would have not been where I am now a year later. And everything is aligning. It's not perfect. It's not exactly like I want. I'm still struggling. I'm still having conversations. I'm still wondering, but I'm also doing the work around that. I'm journaling. I'm talking with a coach. I'm committed to showing up every day, the best version of myself. Some days I'm just on the couch with a blanket watching TV because that's what I need in that moment. So give yourself grace, give yourself permission, and start living that life. Stop it. Don't say any longer that you cannot do something, because you can. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I know that you have that in you, that there is something that you have wanted to do, whether it's leave a job, start a new business, leave a relationship, have that baby, whatever it is. Stop delaying it, because like I said, these last 365 days for me have gone faster than any of the years that I think I've experienced so far. And this is my birthday month, so I'm getting ready to celebrate a birthday at the end of the month as well. So I get it. It's time to do the things that you want to do. And if you need support around that, please reach out to me. But if nothing else, make the commitment. Maybe drop it in the comments what your intention is, what you really would like to break free from or open up to. Because there's infinite possibilities, and it's your birthright to be here, to live here in abundance and prosperity. It doesn't have to be hard. And on those hard days, we know that they're going to get easier. You've survived all your hardest days. So I hope this has inspired you. I hope that you have received the message in a way that sparks something inside of you to maybe take that one small baby step toward what it is you really want to do. If you want to go back to school, get on the college websites and see what you need to do to enroll. If you want a new job, get into Indeed, update your resume, start applying for those jobs. If you're looking to leave a relationship or find a new relationship, do what you need to do to feel what it's like to either end a relationship or start a new relationship. There's so many ways that you can navigate life. There's tools out there, modalities out there. Just be willing and ready to be open to receive. Maybe go outside and say, I'm open to receive, universe. Help me through all of this transition, all this up leveling. And believe me, you will be so grateful. And again, that support is key. Accountability, clarity, someone who can help roadmap what it is that you need, such as what I do. That's where you can really start adding fuel to the fire and get to where you want to be faster, quicker, and easier. But you can take the hard road. You can stay where you are. You can continue to tell the story. If only I would have done this or that. I'm too old to do this or that. What would other people think? You can keep telling those stories. That's okay too. That's your right. But I just want to say it's a lot better and different when you can finally stand up and say, this is my life. This is how I want it to live my life, and this is what I choose for my life. And again, those who love and adore you and want the best for you are going to rise up to meet you and support you in that. Those of you who don't understand, those that don't understand, might step away for some time, might be saying some things that are not nice, might just be in question of everything, which I'm experiencing, or they may just fall away because your light is brighter and shining in a different way than what it was when you first met them or started in a relationship or been around them. But that's my message for today. Again, I hope it resonates. I hope you can receive it and reach out if you have any questions. But for the most part, just keep shining. Sending you tons of love and lots of light. Have an amazing rest of your day. We'll talk again soon, but bye for now.